This is Eric Groves recording a screencast for CIS 321. I will be demonstrating the Meraki dashboard by Cisco. Specifically, I will be showing you Systems Manager, which is a cloud-based network management tool. There is two versions, a free version and an enterprise version. I will be showing you the free version, which anyone could go and sign up for and use. So one important thing to keep in mind is that I will not be able to show you the full features of the Enterprise Edition, but I can give you an idea of some other things you can do in the free version, and also give you an idea of some of the smaller features in the Enterprise version. Obviously, the Enterprise version includes a lot more features, definitely more configuration features than the free version. The free version is mainly good for monitoring, but you can still do a lot of cool things, so let's go ahead and get started. So when you first pull it up, you see this, you see your list of clients. Obviously, if you're running a small business or any business, there would probably be a lot more clients, including desktop computers, phones, laptops, tablets. You can add all of that to this management system, and it gives you some basic information right off the top. And if you want to, it gives obviously what it is, phone, operating system, the model. For some reason it doesn't have the model on that, but it has the operating systems, connectivity in the last 24 hours, how much of the hard drive is being used. If you go over here, you can add more to that. You can add RAM, and then adds RAM. You can go here and it'll show you some more features, so you can go security if you wanted to see specifically what antivirus it was using. Adding a device is really easy. You can add an iOS device, Windows, Android, Mac, Chrome OS, several things. One thing I don't like about this is that it doesn't actually have any Linux support. I'd imagine they'd probably add that in the future. This does get updates rather frequently, but that kind of gives you an idea of what is on the client list. I would like to go into these individually and show you, but I decided that this wasn't a good idea since it really does have a lot of information in it. I could go into the PC, let's just pretend I clicked on that, and you can see the hardware specs, you can see the CPU, the RAM, serial number, the operating system, you can see antivirus is installed on it, the firewall it uses. You can see the IP addresses and the MAC addresses, which is the main reason I'm not going into it. And as well as the apps and programs installed, you can also access several tools that you can use on the specific device. This one being a desktop, you can do a remote desktop where you can actually log into it and do stuff on it. And you can take screenshots, you can reboot it, you can shut it down. Some networking options it has, you can see the TCP connections and the routing tables currently on it. The phone has similar features, but it has some extra ones too, like GPS location. I don't live on campus, so when I'm home, it'll show me on a map where my phone is. If I'm at school and I log into the Meraki dashboard at school, it'll show up that I'm on campus. Also, some tools for it. You can lock the device remotely. You can selectively wipe it, meaning you could take certain things off of it and leave other things. Or you can do a complete erase in case it ever gets compromised for some reason. So next, we'll go ahead and take a look at... Excuse me for a moment. We'll go ahead and look at the software. So here's all the OS's. Let's just go to, this one's Windows. You can see all the programs currently installed on it. Let's just pick one. We'll say Goat Simulator. So it shows which PC it's on, shows the operating system, shows when it was installed, and you can uninstall it from here if you'd like. Up here is Remote Desktop again. You can access it from here as well as actually clicking on them individually. Command line, you can do things, you can do a ping, or you can do IP config, things like that. Anything you can do with command line, you can do on there. Summary will kind of give you an idea of just like which platforms are most popular on your network, what apps and things are being downloaded the most. Let's go ahead and go to the MDM, which stands for Mobile Device Manager. The only thing I'm going to show you in here is the app function, which I thought was pretty cool. So let's say you have all your devices, mobile devices, Android or iOS. Let's just say iOS right now, and you want to add an app to all of them. Let's just say Angry Birds. So you type in Angry Birds, pick which Angry Birds you want, add it. I'm not going to save it, but if you added it, it would pop up here. You could then select it. You could select all of them with that, and then you can select push to send them a notification to download it. Now let's go ahead and jump down to config. It's the only thing it's the coolest thing I wanted to go over in mobile device management, so we're just going to go ahead and config. If there's anything you wanted to see, obviously, that I didn't cover, you can download it and see everything I'm not showing you. So configure, let's just go general. And you can see some basic settings, time, the administrators. You can add restrictions for IPs that can access this dashboard. That's really about all there is to that. Policy. You can actually set up security policies. You can name the policy, and then you can say all desktops are going to lock after 15 minutes of being idle, or you could require a login, or you could make sure that all of them are running antivirus. You could say all mobile devices have to have a passcode. Alerts. You can set up alerts for just about anything, like if a machine's added, I have that one checked, it'll email me and say, hey, this client was added. You can do anytime one's connected. You can do a lot. You can do software installer. Here you can actually set up URLs. You have to type in the download URL, but you can actually send it to the clients and they'll get prompted to download it. Organization, we'll go ahead and go there. We'll look at settings. Here you can set a lot of settings. Password expiration, say blank days. You can force them to choose different passwords, force them to do strong passwords, force it to do lockouts after so many failed attempts. Probably my favorite one though is the login IP. You can set it to where only these IPs can access, or you can actually set a range. Say you got these ones in this subnet that you want to be able to access it. Well, you just type in that, and you could have whole subnets that can access it. You could just have certain ones access it. You can really, that's probably one of the best ways to secure this overall. You can create a network from here. Can't really do much. One thing I'll show you is like to really get the full effect out of this, you got to have the hardware, like I said, and it can get pretty expensive if you're buying a bunch of switches, bunch of routers, bunch of wireless access points. But to get the full effect of it, you would need these devices. And if you did have the Meraki certified devices as well as the licenses, you could actually configure them wirelessly. You could change port numbers and such. You could do all kinds of stuff like that. Last thing we'll go ahead and look at is inventory. Once again, this is mainly if you have the equipment, but you could actually see all the equipment that was on that particular network, serial numbers, and such. That's about it. If you go down to health, obviously it'll have some new features. It does get updated a lot and several information like that, but the main reason I chose to do this topic was because this is pretty much, I think, where the future of computing is going, cloud computing, and I could see myself using programs and things like this. I really do enjoy this program. It was very interesting to look at, so if you're interested in it, I would definitely recommend signing up and just messing around with it. But I think that's about it. Thank you.